Well, folks, in today's video, we're going to be unboxing this little lot of 5HO scale engines I bought off eBay a few weeks ago. I really couldn't believe it when I found this lot because I actually bought this lot with 5 engines in it for 10 American dollars. I don't think I've ever seen a lot going for that cheap. It was a buy it now for 10 bucks. So really an exceptional deal. It almost seems a bit too good to be true, honestly, so I'm not entirely sure if these are going to be what they looked like in the listing. But in any case, we'll find out soon enough. And yeah, I'm kind of curious. I mean, 10 bucks, I really just couldn't resist. So we're going to open this thing up and see what we've got. Anyway, let's begin here. So yeah, I should note too, the shipping was only like 15 or 20 bucks, which makes sense because I can't imagine fitting 5 engines into a box this size was very easy. They're probably pretty crammed in there, but yeah, in any case, a really good deal, 30 bucks for 5 engines. But yeah, anyway, so we're just opening it up, and there are engines in there, so I wasn't just sent a picture or something, so that's good. But yeah, let's take these out and see what we've got. Anyway, here's our first one. It's a Santa Fe 040. I believe it's a Lima. Yes, it is. And it looks like somebody spray painted this one a little bit, but overall it looks to have all of its parts, so that's good. Probably doesn't run. I mean, there's a lot of grime on the wheels and stuff there, but you never know. These old Lima steam engines are actually kind of tough, so yeah, we'll have to test that at some point. Next, we got another steam engine. This is one of the reasons I bought this lot. It doesn't have any drivers, but it's sort of a unusual steam engine. Now, I have just realized, unfortunately, I think it's an old Rivarasi, and it doesn't seem to... Oh, I'm wrong. I thought it didn't have a motor, but it turns out this wheel is just slipping. It is still geared in there, so there might be a motor in there. And the Rivarasi motors tend to be kind of tough, so maybe we'll be able to get a runner out of this. Certainly not going to be the greatest looking out there, but a very kind of unusual addition of the collection, which I kind of couldn't resist for the price. So there's that. Down here, got, well, a couple engines. I guess we'll take this one out. Actually, I'm going to be careful because there's a piece on this one which could be quite breakable if it hasn't already broke off. Yeah, it looks like it's gone, but oh no, it's not. Never mind, it tilts up. So this is a Taiko piece. It might be out of the Transformers set, and it's just a little 040 again. And yeah, just I've always wanted kind of one of these unusual Taikos. And yeah, here it is, and it was going for a real cheap price there. So yeah, it's sort of interesting. Really bizarre piece. I mean, look at this, like a little radar or something. I don't know what this is, but yeah, that's an interesting piece right there. So yeah, another one, and got 2 more engines. This next one's one I've actually always wanted. It's one of these Santa Fe 040s, just like this. This is a Taiko. Made in America. Wow, that's cool. I've never seen a drive system like this before. Weird. Wow, that was not what I was expecting. I'm happy it has a drive system. I was kind of half expecting all these engines to be hollowed out or something, but yeah, anyway, there's that. So that's kind of interesting. And finally, this is the main reason I really wanted to buy this lot. For the price, I got a Marx 040 in black, or I guess it's actually a bit of a really dark blue, but in any case, I really like the little Marx 040s, and yeah, I saw this one in that lot, and I was just like, wow, this is, you know, with these other engines for only 10 bucks, what a deal. So yeah, and anyway, here it is. From the lot listing, they didn't show a whole lot about this engine, so I was kind of concerned it was just gonna be a shell. But we can see right here, it actually has the entire drive system in it. So yeah, I'll call that a success any day. So yeah, here are all my engines I managed to buy in a exceptionally good deal on eBay. I really can't say I understand why they were going so cheap, but I'm not going to argue with a good thing. They probably don't run, but a lot of these engines are makes which are not too hard to fix, honestly. So I'm confident even if all of them don't run, we'll be able to get at least half of them running, maybe more. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we'll be able, if these are pretty tough, and the other ones I think have a pretty decent shot at running again. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Anyway, why don't we go take them over to the track and test them out, see what we've got running-wise. Alright, we've got all of our engines here. Now let's see if we've got any runners. I can't say I'm terribly confident that any of these are going to run just because of how cheap I bought them, but you never know. There are actually some relatively reliable makes amongst these, so a couple of them might at least show some signs of life. So let's give this one some power. This is an old Lima, and oh, it's not going, but I did feel a little... just for a second there, just a little bit of motion. It doesn't seem to want to go, but I did notice a little something there, so it might not be a hopeless one. Anyway, next up we got the Rivarasi 060. Really unsure about this one because, I mean, it's not in great shape, but it does have a Rivarasi motor in it, and it is geared, and since it doesn't have a whole lot to move, it might just go. So anyway, let's put this thing on the track and give it some power and see if we'll get anything from it. And wow, look at that. It doesn't really run because it doesn't have enough weight, but the drive system's working. If we put a little bit of weight on that, I think it would go just fine. So yeah, and keep in mind this wheel is really loose. So it's essentially a one-wheel drive locomotive, if you can believe that. But yeah, with a bit of work, this might be able to run under its own power. So that's good. Next up, we've got the Taiko. This is pretty much a power torque. So yeah, I'm not so sure if this one's going to start, but heck, you never know. Whoa. I had no idea that these engines did that. They've got like a little control panel. Wow. That's a pretty unique engine. I mean, I already thought it was kind of cool, but yeah, wow. Anyway, let's give this thing some power here. I saw a bit of current draw just for a second. So, oh, we got current draw. It moved a little. I think this one's just got dry lubricant or something, honestly. It is showing a little bit of signs of going there, so yeah, it might, with a little bit of work, we might be able to turn this one into a runner. So that's kind of interesting. It is such a unique locomotive, though, really, for the money, even though it's not working. I'm very happy with it. Anyway, next up we got this one. I'm not really familiar with this drive system. I've never seen one like this. I'm not sure if it's a Taiko Manoa drive. It just says conventional Taiko, but it is an American-made locomotive, so I don't know. Maybe it will go. We've got a light on the inside of the engine, so that's interesting. But it doesn't seem to be drawing any power. So yeah, I'm gonna guess that there's just a wire or something that goes with the motor, which maybe isn't broken. But in any case, I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get this one running. It seems like a pretty straightforward engine, and probably with just a little bit of work, it may be a runner once again. So yeah, there's that. And finally, the Marks. I'm really unsure if this one's going to start or not. These Marks engines are really tough, so it might just go. But, of course, it could be like the last one and just have like a broken wire or something. Who knows? But in any case, let's give it some power. We don't have any current draw. If we jiggle it on the track, does it move? It would appear not. So, yeah, that one doesn't seem to want to go either. So, yeah, these all really aren't exactly runners, but I did buy it as a restoration lot. In fact, I bought it as a parts lot, but frankly, I'm pretty confident we'll be able to get a lot of these running once again. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and with that, I want to thank you all so much for watching.